the robot is powered to Earth to learn all about our animals. Let's join Zeek on his adventure. Today we're getting up close and personal with some furry friends, like this beaver. We'll say boo to a bear and meet a long-legged furry friend who's just fabulous. It's all systems go as we venture into Zeek's animal world. Hello there, welcome to Zeek's Animal World. Has anyone seen that curious little robot? Come on, Zeek, today we're meeting some furry friends, and first on the list is the panda. The giant panda is much loved and a national treasure in China. It's also protected by law. This unique bear has long been honored by the Chinese and can be found in Chinese art dating back thousands of years. Zeek, look at these pandas having a wrestle. These gentle animals are known for their beautiful black and white fur, black ears, and black patches around their eyes. As you can see here, pandas are great climbers, though I don't know if there's enough room in that tree for three. Just look at this adorable face. Those black circles certainly set off the panda's eyes. Oh, what's going on here, Zeek? Looks like someone's in trouble. Bamboo is the most important plant in a giant panda's life. Whoops! Pandas live in cold and rainy bamboo forests high in the mountains of western China. They spend at least 12 hours each day eating bamboo. Because bamboo is so low in nutrients, pandas eat as much as 38 kilograms of it each day. That's probably more than you weigh. Pandas grasp bamboo stalks with the 5 fingers on their paws and a special wrist bone, then use their teeth to peel off the tough outer layers to reveal the soft inner tissue. Zeek, watch out for the panda's strong jawbones and cheek muscles. They help pandas crush and chew the thick stalks with their flattened back teeth. Pandas make a bleating sound, sort of like the sound a lamb or a goat kid would make. It's a friendly sound, a greeting. They don't roar the way you think of a brown bear roaring, but they do bleat and honk. They sometimes huff, bark, or growl, and young cubs croak and squeal. For years, scientists have wondered whether pandas are bears, raccoons, or in a group all of their own. Through studying, they now know that pandas are related to bears. You can see the family resemblance in their general looks, the way they walk and climb. It's important to know that pandas are bears because the more we know about pandas, the better we can help them reproduce and survive. Today, only around 1,600 giant pandas survive on Earth. There are several reasons why pandas are endangered. They're not having enough babies, there's a shortage of their favorite food, bamboo, and the forests pandas live in are being destroyed. Oh, Zeek, look, here's a mother panda with her tiny cub. Giant pandas are only about the size of a stick of butter when they're born, and they are hairless and helpless. The panda mother gives great care to her tiny cub, usually cradling it in one paw and holding it close to her chest. For several days after birth, the mother doesn't leave the den, not even to drink or eat. Zeek, just like other types of bears, giant pandas are curious and playful, especially when they're young. In the wild, the panda's bold black and white fur makes them easy to see through the dense bamboo forest. This might help these solitary animals find each other. Looks like bamboo leaves are on the menu too, Zeek. Let's take a look at what we've discovered about the panda. Pandas live in China and they eat bamboo. Pandas have black patches around their eyes and they have 5 fingers on their paws to help them strip the bamboo. Well done, team. That's one furry friend down and plenty to go. Come on, Zeek. Okay, team, it's time to meet another furry friend. And you may not believe it, but this guy is a panda too. You're right, Zeek. This animal does look like a raccoon, but it's actually a red panda. Wow! Did you see how fast that panda can move up a tree? These little critters are herbivores, Zeek. They eat berries, blossoms, leaves, fruits, acorns, and occasionally bird eggs. Along with these foods, the red panda also eats a lot of bamboo. The red panda is named after the fiery color of its long, soft coat. The soles of their feet have thick fur that helps them to walk on snow and ice. Excellent climbers, red pandas have pinkish white claws, and an extra thumb helps the red panda to grip and hold slender branches and leaves. The red panda has a long, bushy tail that makes up 2/3 the length of its body. The tail is faintly marked with dark red-brown rings. Zeek, it's not easy to see a panda in the wild because they like to live far away in the mountains, in dense forest and in bamboo thickets. Take a look at that lovely long tail. Can you see the dark red rings we spoke about? You'll find the red panda sleeping and relaxing during the day in trees or fallen logs and foraging for food on the forest floor at dusk and dawn. When asleep, the red panda curls up on a branch with its nose tucked under a leg and its tail. Just like its cousin, the giant panda, a red panda has a mighty big appetite. It can eat up to 45% of its own body weight daily, munching through around 200,000 bamboo leaves every day. Looks like this little guy is settling down for a snooze. After such a big lunch, I'm not surprised. You're right, Zeek. Red pandas certainly are beautiful creatures. It's a shame that just like the giant panda, these animals are endangered. The red panda is nearly extinct in some areas because people have destroyed its natural habitat or the place it likes to live. But hopefully, the red panda can be helped before there are none left. This red panda looks like he's munching through some delicious bamboo leaves. Zeek, baby red pandas stay in the nest for about 90 days while their mothers care for them. But daddy red pandas don't spend much time with the family. So, what have we learnt about the red panda? We know they are herbivores and like to eat plants, especially bamboo. Red pandas have long, bushy tails that make up 2/3 the length of their body, and they live in dense forests. Well done. Hey Zeek, can you see something swimming in the water? Can you see it? It's our next furry friend, the beaver. Okay, let's have a good look at this guy. The beaver has strong, sharp front teeth for cutting down trees. The beaver's tail is special, Zeek. It's flat and has very little hair. The beaver steers with its tail when it swims and uses its tail to warn other beavers. It slaps its tail on the water to make a loud noise. Beavers are hard workers. They work together to build a dam and a home. The beaver's home is called a lodge. It's made out of mud and branches. Beavers are strong swimmers. Their hind feet are webbed and their fur is oily and thick, and the beaver can see well underwater. Beavers have a flat tail that helps them steer in the water and sharp teeth for chewing through wood. A beaver's home is called a lodge and they're very strong swimmers. Well, haven't we been busy little beavers? Hi there, Zeek. Have you met our next furry friends? Well, let me do the introductions. This is the otter. Otters are found almost everywhere in the world. They live in dens, usually by the side of the water and with an underwater entrance. Otters live along rivers, streams, lakes, coastal waters and marshes. Looks like this otter is trying to tell us something. What's he saying, Zeek? Oh, Zeek thinks he's saying he's hungry. Otters mainly eat frogs, crayfish, snails, crabs, and sometimes fish, insects and shellfish. Sometimes they hunt in family groups. Otters eat about 25% of their own body weight each day to stay warm. That's a lot of food. Seeing otters spend so much time in the water, they have thick brown fur that keeps them warm. He looks like a playful fellow, doesn't he? Otters have webbed feet to help them swim in the water and sharp claws for grabbing their food. If you look closely, you might see the otter's thick, wiry whiskers too. Otters spend much of their time playing. They wrestle and romp and have lots of fun. So Zeek, we've learnt that otters have webbed feet to help them swim and claws so they can grab their food. Otters have whiskers and thick fur to keep them warm in the cold water. Well done. That's a lot of otter. Our next furry friend doesn't mind the cold, but you might need your winter woolies, Zeek. Say hello to the harp seal. The harp seal is named for the dark harp-shaped pattern on its back. This beautiful creature is a baby harp seal called a pup. Just look at those lovely big eyes. Harp seal pups are born with a white coat, which helps them blend into the snow or to be camouflaged. The pups drink their mother's milk for the first 12 days of life. At about this time, they also shed their white coat to reveal a grey, leathery skin like the adults. Harp seal babies are called pups and are camouflaged in the snow. Pups drink their mother's milk and end up with a grey leather skin. Well, that's got my seal of approval, Zeek. Zeek, get ready to meet a fascinating furry friend. It's the anteater. Anteaters spend most of their day looking for food, and just as their name suggests, their favorite food is ants. Foraging on the ground, they also like to eat termites, which live mostly in termite hills and dead trees. Anteaters are one of the strangest looking animals on Earth. They have very long tongues, measuring more than 60 centimeters. That's as long as 2 rulers. The anteater uses its tongue to get into ants' nests. Anteaters have long, sharp claws. They use their claws to rip open ant and termite nests and to defend themselves against predators. Oh look, here's a baby anteater having a nap on its mum's back. Anteaters don't have very good eyesight, but they do have an amazing sense of smell. In fact, their sense of smell is about 40 times better than ours. Anteaters like to gobble up termites, and they use their sharp claws to smash open ants' nests. The anteater's tongue is very, very long, and their sense of smell is 40 times better than a human's. Who's your new friend, Zeek? Aha, this furry fellow must be the sloth bear. He doesn't look like he's brushed his hair in a while, and he likes to grunt and snort. Maybe that's why the sloth bear is a solitary animal and likes to live on his own. Sloth bears have shaggy, dusty black coats, pale snouts, and long, curved claws that they use to dig up ants and termites. Looks like this sloth bear has decided it's time for a bath. A gap in their teeth allows them to suck up ants, termites, and other insects. Sloth bears live in a den and are most active at night. The sloth bear is a noisy, busy bear. It grunts and snorts as it pulls down branches to get fruit, digs for termites, or snuffles for grubs and beetles. A sloth bear uses its lips like a vacuum, making rapid, loud ka-thump noises as it sucks insects from their nests. Aha, here's a termite nest. And here's a hungry sloth bear. Just look at him sucking all those insects, Zeek. Most sloth bears live in India and Sri Lanka. Sloth bears make their homes in dry and wet forests, and also in some grasslands, where boulders and scattered shrubs and trees provide shelter. For a bear with a very bad hairdo, they seem to spend a lot of time in the bath. Sloth bears are good climbers, Zeek. They use their sharp claws to grip the tree trunk. So, we know that sloth bears have shaggy fur and a pale snout. They suck up termites through their mouth and they live in dens. I think that's the bear fact, Zeek. Zeek, this furry friend is called the spectacled bear. Can you guess how it got its name? Well, some people think that the markings on its snout look like it's wearing a pair of spectacles or glasses. But this is one bear who doesn't need to go to the optometrist because its eyesight is excellent. Spectacle bears are found in the Andes Mountains of Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Peru. It looks like this mother spectacle bear is showing her cub the ropes. The spectacle bear is primarily vegetarian, so that means they mainly like to eat fruit and leaves. This little one is getting very adventurous. Spectacle bear cubs are born with an instinct to climb. They'll need to be able to scale a tree to get to the best fruit and the tastiest leaves. Along with their very good eyesight, spectacle bears also have a great sense of smell. In fact, I think these bears can even smell you, Zeek. There are only around 2,500 of these lovely bears left in the wild. The bears are endangered because of habitat loss. That means their home is being destroyed. They're also hunted for their fur and meat. Even though it's illegal to hunt the bears, it's very difficult to catch the people doing it. You're right, Zeek. This is where the spectacle bear lives, high in the mountains. The bears like dry coastal deserts, rainforests, and alpine areas. Spectacle bears like to rest during the day and come out at night, so they are primarily nocturnal. They climb trees and forage on the ground, but they also build stick platforms, which are used to reach food and for sleeping. During the day, spectacle bears take a snooze in secluded spots, like a hole in a tree, between large tree roots, or in dens dug into cliff faces. Okay, so we've learnt that spectacle bears have markings on their faces that look like glasses, and they're very good at climbing trees. They have a great sense of smell, and spectacle bears mainly eat fruit and leaves, so they're vegetarian. Zeek, this furry friend belongs to the same family as the giraffe. Can you guess its name? This interesting-looking creature is an okapi. The okapi is a beautiful and unusual animal. With its white and black striped hindquarters and front legs, it looks like it must be related to zebras. But take a look at an okapi's head and you'll notice the family resemblance to giraffes. Oh, Zeek! Did you see the okapi's tongue? They have long, dark blue tongues just like a giraffe's to help them strip the buds and young leaves from the brush of their rainforest home. Okapis are solitary animals, so that means they like to live on their own, and they are very hard to find in the wild. Their natural habitat is dense rainforest in Central Africa. Okapis are very shy, and their fabulous hearing alerts them to run when they hear humans or robots in the distance. Zeek, the okapi's dark tongue is long enough to clean its eyes and ears. How far can you stick out your tongue? Why does the okapi have zebra-like stripes? Well, these markings, which seem very bold to us, give the animal great camouflage when hiding in the partial sunlight that filters through the dense rainforest. The stripes may also help young okapis, like this baby, follow their mothers through the dark forest, and they may help adult okapis find each other too. This little guy is getting a push along from Mum. He's only newborn and still a bit wobbly on his legs. Sorry, Mum, this walking is tiring work. While okapis travel mostly by themselves, they still have ways of communicating with each other. A scent gland on each foot leaves behind a sticky tar-like substance wherever they've walked, marking their territory. So, what have we learnt about the okapi? Okapis have bold markings on their legs and a long blue tongue. They're solitary animals who like to be alone, and they live in forests. I hope you liked meeting the okapi and all our other furry friends. Come on, Zeek, it's time to fly. We'll see you next time.